Now let's say if the question say repetition allow. So how many, what times what? Can you tell me? If they say repetition allow, what are the numbers that you should fill up here, or the 5 boxes? Anyone?
3 times 5, 5, 5, 5.
5, 5, 5, correct. 3 times 5, 5, 5, 5. Right? What is this? Show object. Okay. Show object. Yes, 3 times 5, 5, 5. Very good. Good. Okay, so that's how we do this type of question, right? So we're going to do some more difficult questions. Okay, these are the simpler ones. We are going to do more difficult ones. Okay. Li Ying, can you read this one? A coach, 2 girls and 4
teacher.
boys.
A coach, 2 girls and 4 boys are to be seated in a row for a photography session. In how many ways can they be seated if the coach must be seated in the center?
Okay, so there is one condition. Coach must be seated at the center. How many people are there altogether? How many people are there altogether? There are altogether 6 students and 1 coach. Altogether, there are 7. So we have to prepare 7 seats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Of these 7 seats, which one is the center? This one is the center. This one is the center. So the center, the coach can only sit here. So do you know how many ways, which seat you have to fill up first? Which seat you have to set up first? So you prepare 7 boxes here to represent the 7 seats for the coach and the students. Okay, prepare 7 boxes. Okay, and they say the coach must sit at the center. So you must fill up the coach first. Okay, you fill up the coach first, then they're all together 3 on the left, 3 on the right. Okay, so how many ways can you fill up the special one first, the coach seat? How many coach or coaches are there?
1.
Only 1. So how many ways of filling up this box here? Only 1 way, correct. Because there's only 1 coach and the coach has to be seated here. So coach, 1 way, right? Or how to fill up the other boxes here? Is there any condition how the boys and girls should be seated? No condition. Boys and girls, free sitting, they can sit anywhere, right? So we don't separate them as boys and girls. We just think of them as students, okay? Students. So the first seat here, there are 6 students. So this one can be filled up in 6 ways. So after filling up this, there's 1 student less already, right? So only 5 students left. And here only 4, 3, 2, and 1. So 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Of course, you have to multiply the 1 at the center. So it is 6, 5, 4 times 1, the center one. Then times 3 times 2 times 1. So altogether, we have 720 or 6 factorial. Any question?
No, teacher.
No. The other 2 students, Jia Yan and Chen Tong can. Okay, Jia Yan can understand. Okay, then next question. This one slightly different, right? Slightly different. Okay, Chen Tong can, very good. Okay, can, very good. So now we, Li Ying, can you read question number 3 here? This one from the textbook.
Okay. Find all the possible arrangement of using all the letters in the word trigonometry if G is the first letter and E is the last letter.
Okay. Now, if they ask this type of question, what come into your mind is, number 1, how many letters are there? Okay, how many letters are there? Then number 2, is there any identical letters? That means any letter that appear 2 times or 3 times or 4 times like that, right? When it comes to this lettering. Yes, okay. Answer is yes. So I am going to construct a table. So I just write down trigonometry, like that, go downwards. T R I 3 G O, go no, and the next one is O. O I don't write at the bottom because O appear at the top. So I go to the top and write O again. Right? So in this way, you are listing them out systematically. You won't miss out any letters. You list them out systematically. Then N-O, trigono, me, M-E, no M, no E above. Then T-R-I. You don't write T-R-I at the bottom because the T has appeared up. So you write T up. Then R also you write up. I also you write up. So as you spell out the word, you just fill out, like you do the statistic, then you mark 1. Then how many times, this one how many times. Right? As you spell out, you count how many times. So in the end, I found out that T 2 times, R 2 times, I 2 times, G only 1 time, O 2 times, N1, M1, E1. Altogether, there are 12 letters. 12 letters. Okay. So you bear in mind, altogether 12 letters. Some of them appear 1 time, some of them appear 2 times. Okay, right. Now, there are 2 conditions. The 2 conditions are G must put at the first. You want to spell any letter, you must start with G. Never mind, I accept that. Then the last letter, E, is the last letter. So no matter how you spell, all the words, G must be the first, E must be the last. So you have to fill up these 2 letters first. These are the 2 conditions. Now, earlier on, we only have 1 condition. Now we are dealing with 2 conditions. How to fill up the 2 boxes. You see the difference or not? Sometimes there's only 1 special box that you need to fill up first. Sometimes there are 2 conditions, so there are 2 special boxes. You have to reserve them and fill them up first. Okay, right. So now because there are too many boxes, 12 boxes. So I just draw the first box and the last box. Then in between, you try to imagine what's happening. Okay, right. Right. So they say the first one must be G. That means this box here. The first letter must be G. This one must be G. This one must be G. I have to fill up this one first. Right? How many G's are there? 1 G or 2 G's?
1.
1 only. So how many ways of filling up this box?
1.
1 only. Then they say the last box here, you must fill up with the letter E. How many E's are there? E's. Again, you look at the table here. How many E's are there? Only 1 E. How many ways of filling up the last box?
1.
1 also, correct. So that means the first one, I must fill up with G. You don't write G here, here you write 1, okay or not? Because the boxes, they are reserved for number of ways. They are not reserved we want to fill up the number of ways because we want to multiply them up. So you put G inside this box there, then after how to multiply with G, isn't it? So you put 1 there. And inside our heart, we know 1 because there's only 1 G. Then the last box here, we fill up with E. Since there's only 1 E, then we just put 1 there. Just put 1 there. Okay. So after using up 2 letters, how many letters left? How many letters left at the center? That I don't want to draw from correct, only 10, right? If you want to arrange 10 letters, how many ways of arranging 10 letters? Right? I don't want to draw out all the 10 boxes. I just say 10 altogether, there are 10 there. How many ways of arranging the 10 different, the 10 letters there? Supposed to be 10 factorial. But there are identical objects there. How many identical objects? TT, RR, II, OO. Oh, there are 4 pairs of identical objects. So can you still remember how to deal with identical objects? How to deal with identical objects? You still remember or not? 10 factorial, 10 objects, 10 factorial. But because they are identical one, what must you do? What must you do? We have 10 letters.
Divide.
Correct, divide. Divide by what? It's correct, divide. Divide by what?
Divide by 4.
Not 4.
2.
2 factorial. Then this one also another 2 factorial. This one also another 2 factorial. Here also another 2 factorial. So what must I divide by? I must use, in the center here, I use 10 factorial, divide by 2 factorial, 2 factorial, 2 factorial, 2 factorial. Each 2 factorial represents a pair of identical objects. Since there are 4 pairs of identical objects, so I have 4 2 factorial. Okay, so in the end, you multiply all these numbers together, including the 1, including the 1 in front and the 1 at the back. Don't say, oh, the 1 G, no need to do anything, and then you have only 8 or 10 objects to arrange. No, actually you are arranging 12 of them. So please include the 1 and at the back one, because sometimes it may not be 1, sometimes maybe 2, sometimes maybe 3, right? So please include the 1 there. So finally, how are we going to calculate? 1 times 10 factorial divided by all the 2 factorials, then times by 1 again. So the answer is 226800. If you want to continue, you show me the